Well guys, E3 was crazy, a lot happened, and I'm actually really excited because this particular video is going to show you a lot of what I did at E3, but it's very special and unique and different because it has to do with my newly started partnership with AMD and Oculus. That's right, we're kicking it off right now with this video, so it's going to be crazy. Really fun things are gonna happen this summer. That's right, it's going on all summer long. We're gonna be doing a VR how-to video, couple, actually two, and we're gonna be doing some streams as well on my Twitch channel. So this is kicking that off. This is obviously gonna take a long time because I did a ton of stuff during E3. So I hope you tune in. Right now, I'm gonna show you a quick video montage of the Oculus booth itself that was at E3. There was some really cool statues, there was some cool effects. So check out that video right now and come right back here because I'll have something else to tell you and to show you. So yeah, it's a whole video of this kind of thing that I think is gonna be really fun. Let's do it. You're back. Hey, so I hope you enjoyed that little look at the Oculus booth. Obviously, really awesome. I got to experience it in person, and there's a lot more coming from that booth in just a second. I also should let you know that they even had setups for some Oculus stuff going on at the Facebook gaming booth. It was really cool. They had Beat Saber and a couple others there that you got to try out. And of course they had the stage where a lot of people would go up and get interviewed, and there was a whole live stream happening at that booth. So I got to check that out as well while I was at E3. But now it's time to talk about an actual game that you can play, not yet, coming soon to Oculus. That's right, it's called After the Fall. I did a dev interview, which was really fun. You're gonna check that out right now. Keep in mind, there's no gameplay footage because they are not releasing any of that yet, but I did get to play it myself. It was awesome. The zombie action in that game is insane, and the immersiveness of it is really, really cool, and it's terrifying at times. But anyways, you guys are gonna get to find out more about it right now with the dev interview that took place at the Oculus booth at E3. Check it out.
After the fall, I just got a little playthrough. Not little, it was actually pretty intense and in-depth. But tell us about what inspired your guys' game and how it came about.
So with Arizona Sunshine, our previous title, we made this very grounded post-apocalyptic game. And we thought, well, what if instead of it being very grounded and serious, it's over the top, it's an action movie. It's an 80s action movie.
Yeah.
So After the Fall is basically an 80s action movie where you get to be the star. So basically, just to describe the game, After the Fall is a shared world co-op action FPS set in a frozen post-apocalyptic Los Angeles. So it's set in an alternate timeline in which in the 80s everything basically went to hell. Climate ran hot and cold. People started using these sort of modified designer drugs that eventually led to the creation of these creatures known as the snowbreed. How that exactly came to happen, that's something we might explore with the game.
Okay. I did get a little bit Big Trouble in Little China vibe from it. Is that a source of inspiration? Other movies like that?
Yeah, Escape from New York, a bit of Terminator, a bit of The Thing. I was raised in 80s action movies, and so was the rest of the team.
So you guys just came together, came up with this awesome post-apocalyptic world. The environment has gone to, the crapper, I guess, and now it's a lot of winter and not so fun zombies going around.
Yeah.
Would you call them zombies? What would you call those creatures?
We call them the snowbreed. Okay. And the reason being is that they're not just these zombie-like creatures, some of them are colossal, and you faced a few, I think.
I did. I was about to take on the really big bad guy, but then it cut off, so this is a good teaser. What was some of the inspiration in terms of other VR games that you guys pulled from?
Well, we actually learned a lot from making Arizona Sunshine.
Yeah, your own game.
Yeah, we do play lots of other VR games. Personally, as a game designer, I took a lot of my inspiration from shooters that I grew up with, like classical first-person shooters. So Half-Life, Halo, Doom.
Can you tell us a bit more about the world and who people play as, the characters they get to meet along the way? And you can also, there's a multiplayer element that you can speak to as well.
Yeah, so when you start the game up, you enter what we call the base camp. It's a central player hub where you can meet players from all over the world, and you can see them all, you can interact with them, then form parties of up to 4 players and do missions. While doing those missions, you collect resources and blueprints, which you can use then to create new gear, craft modifiers, stuff like that. The 3 big things when it comes to fighting the Snowbreed are, of course, using your guns, using melee weapons, and using your combat devices, and those are very special. Having like a very big heavy weapon in VR that doesn't weigh anything is a little weird, so we thought, well, instead of having a large rocket launcher, you have your own little small wrist-mounted rocket launcher that makes you feel like a superhero.
Yeah, I did feel that way a little bit.
Yeah, we're just trying to make sure that this game is as accessible as possible, but also offers that more immersive experience for the people that are looking for it.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you so much for this brief look and discussion about After the Fall. I'm very excited to play it myself a bit more. I did get to see some. You guys will get to see some gameplay eventually soon. Where can people stay on top of when you guys are going to be releasing more?
At afterthefall/vr.com, people can also sign up for the beta if they're interested.
Check it out, guys.
So there you go. That was a really cool look. I had a really great time playing it, and I'm sorry there was no actual footage of the game, but it is coming out soon, and you can find out more at that link that I shared. But now it's time to talk about another dev interview that took place at the Oculus booth, which was a lot of fun, where I got to chat with the folks at Ready at Dawn. You might know them. They're ex-Blizzard employees. They started their own studio. They made a bunch of cool games, and now they're getting into VR. They made a game called Lone Echo that's already out and playable, but they have Lone Echo 2, the sequel, that's coming out soon, and I got to play. And this one actually does have gameplay footage, so check out my interview and my actual gameplay that I got to check out at the Oculus booth. Look at it, it's really fun. And I get to float around in space. It's amazing.
Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. I'm excited about this game. I just got to try it out. We're here at E3. What can you tell us about Lone Echo and what you're showing here on the show floor?
We're here to show Lone Echo 2, sequel to, obviously, Lone Echo, a first-person science fiction adventure that takes place in zero gravity.
If people aren't familiar with Lone Echo, it's really about exploring this vast open world, this compelling narrative and kind of virtual human that you're kind of experiencing this journey with. The player character is Jack, and Jack is this futuristic android equipped for dealing with the hostile conditions of outer space. His friend and companion is Captain Olivia Rhodes, who is the commander of a mining facility in the Rings of Saturn from the first game. She feels like a real person. She reacts to your presence. Like, I think when you were playing, you had the flashlight on, and she kind of like flinched because you put in her eyes. So
I felt so bad after that. I was,
how do I turn it off?
yeah, I need to turn off my light. You also have an AI character.
Yeah, so Central is a new character in Lone Echo 2. Central's definitely a friend, but the relationship's a little bit strained because Central is bound by their directives, and so they can't necessarily always give the player, Jack or Olivia, the information that they're looking for. So there's a little bit of tension there as they're kind of trying to work their way through this space station safely. One of the new puzzle elements that we're introducing in Lone Echo 2 is a new form of the biothreat. The biothreat from the first game is returning, but there's a new form of it called ticks. Undulating little blob tentacle things that can actually fly through space and chase after you, or any other source of power for that matter. And so part of the puzzles are about how to get the ticks onto certain power sources so that you can either keep them distracted and get somewhere safely, or, as you did towards the end of the demo, get them into a disposal unit so you can eject them out into space.
That was a really satisfying moment, I gotta say.
there's not just like one way to solve it, and sometimes those are the most fun kind of moments where it's kind of just an emergent solution that uses your own body and
You can kind of rely on your own instincts.
yeah, absolutely, and panic.
And panic. There was also a sense of like looming something eerie going on in that world. Now, is it at all gonna play on horror?
We're definitely not trying to make this a horror game, but as you kind of reasonably interpreted, something not good is going on there, and exploring that mystery and kind of understanding what happened is definitely going to be part of the experience.
When can people play it? Do you guys have a release window or date?
Yes, Q1 2020.
So Lone Echo 2 isn't out yet. However, the first game, Lone Echo 1, is exclusive to Oculus Rift. Last year, we released a 360 experience for free. So if you check out the Oculus store for Rift or Go, you can download the Lone Echo 2 trailer experience. And there's also the multiplayer social competitive game of Echo VR, which is kind of free.
Oh, so people can just access that right now if they want to.
Right now.
I love it. All right, I'll make sure that people check that out.
So there you have it, Lone Echo 2. Lone Echo 1 is out, so go check it out. I'm telling you, it is so surreal to be floating around in space or to have that feeling, because VR really does take you into another world. You feel like you're floating around in space and doing all these cool maneuvers. It was just a really awesome game. Be sure to check it out from those guys. Ready at Dawn. But now I want to throw to one of the main events. On June 10th, AMD held a pretty big event. It's called the Next Horizon Gaming Event. Nailed it. And it was hosted by CEO Dr. Lisa Su. So you know it's a big deal when she goes up on stage and is about to drop a bunch of announcements. One of the big things, of course, to come out of the show was the Ryzen 3950X 16-core CPU that was announced. It was priced, it was given a release of September. Anyways, you're gonna get to see that in this video, where you also get to check out the Novo area that they rented out for that space, where they had cool things going on throughout E3, including some playable games, cool surprise folks as well. You're gonna get to see who that is in this quick segment. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Some games were to be played. It was a cool environment and activation. Be sure to check it out right now, happening right now.
Our goal at AMD is to push the envelope on technology. We are making Radeon the most widespread graphics engine in gaming. Our goal is to give you the best CPU for every gamer.
What you see is a very comparable gaming experience, but what you really see is the Ryzen 9 3900X delivering an incredible gaming experience. 12-core gaming chip that's uncommonly powerful, but a real gaming experience from us and a smooth streaming experience for the viewer. That's how it should be.
We have the opportunity, together with our partners, to bring the best technology has to offer across hardware, software, and platforms. And that is our vision for gaming. More performance, less power, it's less than half the price. You really accomplish amazing things when you put the best minds in hardware and the best minds in software and the best minds in the ecosystem working together.
Okay, so that's my video, guys. Thank you for sticking around all the way to the end of this video. Obviously, I'm very excited for my partnership with AMD and Oculus for this coming summer. Like I said at the start, I'm gonna be Twitch streaming some VR stuff. We're gonna be showing you some how-to videos, how to stream VR using AMD hardware, and how to get out there and start playing more games like the ones that you saw today in this video. Thank you again for watching. Looking forward to a lot more stuff with this partnership and with you guys. Always leave a comment, always subscribe if you can, and I'll see you in another video very soon, hopefully. Okay, hope you enjoyed my E3 look-see. Bye.